Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. So we are back on our live stream again and to try together, right? So hopefully you did good on your weekends. Hopefully you are meditated. Hopefully you are motivated and also the disciplined one. So we can get started on our the journey on the growth journey, right? So there's a lot of things we have to go through. A lot of things are waiting for us to be on that point, right? So we always gotta be focused, man. I mean, this is hard as shit. This is hard. This is not easy. All right. So let's start analyzing the code what we got here today. So basically, we're gonna be top to bottom. Let's analyze it on the trading view, of course. And here we go. Let's clear this mess from the last analysis on the last sessions. Let's clear this drawings. All right. So the daily. Let's start with the weekly. What the weekly looks like. Weekly is still holding up like this level. I mean, yeah, this level has been holding since the 4470, right? So this is the level we have been holding all the time. So on the daily time frame, what we see is also the rejection, we've been rejecting this level 45.70, on the 44.70, within this range we have been holding it here, right? So let's take a look on the 4 hour. The 4 hour looks interesting to me. If, like, let's see. Now the 4 hour thing is kind of a, the different thing, that if the current 4 hour candle wick up and break the low of the previous 4 hour candle, it's a very high opportunity for price to continue pushing down to retrace this support area, which is 100 pip, 119 pip away. Okay, 120 pip away. So let's take a look on the 1 hour. 1 hour is losing the bearish momentum while looking at the candles. So it's kind of a losing that momentum right now. So let's take a look on the 30-minute. 30-minute is also losing the momentum. Look at the bodies of the candles, right? Look at the bodies of these candles. We have been losing the momentum from the bearish side, right? So the bearish side, we have been losing the momentum. So we can assume, okay, so first of all, let's draw the levels here. So we have this rejection area right here, okay, the 45.31. all right, and yeah, we got the rejection area as well at this point. Look at it. Okay, we have been holding it right here. So the thing is here for the trade is we're gonna look for a sort of a support creation right here. If the current 30-minute candle closes bullish, all right, if the current 30-minute candle closes bullish, then it's going to be a very high probability for the next one to then continue pushing up and be giving us a good trade of the range of like, yeah, 120 pips. Also, it's going to be a very good trade if we got any confirmation. Let's take a look on 15-minute time frame. For 15 minutes looks very messy, man. This is why you should avoid, when you think when you see things like messier on the smaller time frame, then what you do is you just focus on the 30-minute, you just focus on the bigger time frame, because the bigger time frame is the bigger confirmation. So with that confirmation being said, on 30-minute time frame, we're going to be waiting for a 30-minute candle to close. We have 26 minutes left for the current 30-minute candle to close. All right, if the current 30-minute candle closes bullish, then it's going to be very high probability for price to continue pushing up. We have a clean range from left hand side. We have been losing the momentum of the bearish. Okay, look at the bodies. The bodies are very small. Okay, these bodies are very getting smaller as the price moves down. So it's a sign that there's a very high chances for the bullish momentum to start taking the place, and start continue pushing up on the opposite direction of it was going before, with the weaker volume, right? So it's a pre-London, right? It's just a Monday. We're gonna be giving it a time. All right, we're gonna be not gonna be getting into the hurry and start losing the trades or start winning the smalls or whatever, or the break even. We don't want that. In the meantime, let's take a look on the Forex factory. Let's take a, yeah, this is the NZD bank holiday, right? So it's a bank holiday on the New Zealand, and it's ISM manufacturing PMI, which is not going to be that much impact on it. The thing is, we got ADP NFP this week, and also it's going to be on the Wednesday, yeah, the 3 Wednesday. On the Thursday, on the Friday that we have is a non-farm payroll. A non-farm payroll is ahead of us on this Friday. So it's going to be, the market might be the messier this week before even doing something. All right, nothing. We're just waiting right here and just waiting for 30-minute candle to close bullish. And let me change the text. This is it. Let's check the news. Investing.com. DJ is also, I think it's going to be stuck in the same range that we have seen yesterday, but it's bullish. It finally broke up on the smaller time frame, of course, but let's take a look on the daily. It looks very amazing to me that, for buy. TJ looks amazing for me to buy. I mean, it will continue pushing up. See, we've been ranging, right? We've been ranging for days and weeks. And when we just broke up, it came back down for the retrace of this level. Okay. And then what happened is it just started continue pushing up. That being said, we can have a very good trade that, remain up for, like 170 pips upside, 180 pips. Yeah, this is a good trade on the GJ on the currency wise, right? Let's see what we got here for the news. I'm gonna search XAUUSD. News analysis. The gold quells inside the HMO gold cloud. No, that's not a good. Gold is studying the Iran ceasefire, the uncertainty and the inflation, risk and focus. Right? Yeah, this thing is the problem at this point. The gold is reacting wild. When these kind of news happens, right? Okay, so the gold with it. Okay, the ceasefire is still going on. Okay, the Iran have just agreed on extending the ceasefire, and it's still the Trump is don't even what we say, trust the tweets of the Trump as he tweets whatever he wants to tweet. According to him, the deal is going so good so far, and it's going to be a very good the ceasefire, and war will be ended, and good negotiations to open the Strait of Hormuz with Iran is continued. It's going perfect. While Iran have tweeted that Trump is whatever he's claiming is false. Okay, whatever he's claiming is false, and he is not telling you the truth at this moment. About the war, about the ceasefire, a lot of shit is going on. So this is while letting the cold, having the very good volume. Maybe on this non-farm payroll, I don't know if it's gonna be a very good, the upside move if it reaches again to the 4,500, or it's gonna be ranging and coming down again to the 4,300. We don't know. All right. So we'll see on this Friday how it's gonna be. So we are the little change in the Asian trading on the Monday. Investors wait on the settle later on ceasefire negotiations against the month and the inflation concerns that have the fueled expectations on the Federal Reserve rates hike this year. I don't think so that's gonna happening. I mean, that's gonna be possibly Minus is more dynamic portfolio personal. This is not a good news. I mean, not effective. Particularly stuff lower than no illegal minus exact billions on Amazon and this, but this is May 29. I mean, this is not gonna be very good. Anyways, let's take a look on the gold, how it's moving, and 15-minute, 30-minute. We have 16 minutes left for current 30-minute candle to close. All right. If the current 30-minute candle closes bullish, then we're gonna be trading for this level. I mean, 4,530. If it closes bullish. If the current 30-minute candle closes bullish, then we're gonna be looking for the buys. This is how simple it is. You don't need to do a rocket science on it, right? Just waiting at this point, man. Just waiting on this point. If we create support here, you know, we can continue pushing up for this level. I just wanted to create sort of a support like this. Support like this would be a great sign for continuation of the gold, that you know, by seeing these bodies, these bodies, it has volume, continued pushing down, you know, the wicks got smaller, sorry, the bodies of the bearish candles got smaller, and smaller, and it means that, you know, we are losing the volume, decreasing, you know, it is the decreasement in the volume. And of course, when the volume of bearish side is decreased, of course there's going to be a bullish volume. All right, of course there's going to be a very good bullish volume then. How much returns you made last month? I made, you know, I started these accounts. Okay, Asad, brother. So I started these accounts, right, this month. I mean, you know, the last month. So you can say that, let me go to the history, all history. So this is it. We started this account. On this account, you know, we made $1,800, and that's it. Right. So this is it. We made last month. Let's see where we can take it to the end of this month and end of this year. I mean, till end of this year, my plan is to reach on the $100,000 of this $30,000 account. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. As we are waiting for 12 minutes for current 30-minute candle to close. On 15 minutes, it doesn't look good to me. I mean, man, look at it. Can we take a buy? I mean, we got the problem here, right? We got the rejection problem here on 15-minute time frame, which is that's awesome. I am in trading on Profum account of 10K. That's amazing, bro. At least a start. I mean, you can start it from the 5k, 10k, and you can take it up to, with your ability, with your ability and the power of patience you have, the power of discipline you have. You can grow anything, man. This is trading. Trading changes everything. Best of luck. Damn, this candle just started moving. On 15-minute, we got this rejection area, but might be, it might be something that with volume, it, continues pushing up. So still, it's okay. We're gonna be waiting for our confirmation with our trade plan. We're gonna be following our trade plan only. We're not gonna be hurrying up and entering whenever we see anything. We stick to the plan and we just want to have a confirmation on 30 minutes. That's it. That's it. If next 30 minutes wick down and then continue pushing up, we still have 80 pips. We still have 80 pips. And we have 10 minutes left for current 30-minute candle close. And as it closed, we're gonna be looking for the next candle to wick down a little bit and then continue pushing up. Then we're gonna be trading on this. Gold is wild instrument you can ever trade up to. It is true that I had taken about 5 payouts from previous master account, but then I started learning the impulse entries concept and tested it on my master account and blew it. Now the budget is fresh and account is trading on it. Bro, look, impulse entry I won't recommend if you have if you haven't growth anything. For example, you have a $10,000 account, right, and you grew 3-4% already, and then you risk if you're risking 1% normally, then you have to risk 0.5% on the impulse entries. Impulse entries are risky, right? Impulse entries are risky nowadays. Why? Because you know that there's rejections all the way up to these moves on the gold are on 1 minute time frame. You will see the 100 pip candle on 1 minute. This is insane, right? So impulse entries on gold are kind of weird right now. And even though, look at it, the current situation is something saying that we should take an impulse entry right here, right? We could have taken an impulse entry right at this point. As the 15-minute candle had broken the high of the previous 15-minute candle, and also it's pre-London, so we could anticipate the volume to continue pushing up without uh, caring about this rejection zone, as we have on the left hand side. So impulse entries are risky, man. I mean, if you are trading the prop firm account, then I won't ever recommend to do the impulse entries. You should wait for the confirmations at least. So as the confirmation happens, then still you hit your stop loss, you are still managing your risk and you're making your concept very, very clear that yeah, this is how this thing works, this is how it doesn't. So it's better to wait for the confirmations if you're trading the prop firm accounts, and also still on the the face account. Don't apply it on the master. On the master account you can risk. I mean, if you have taken the 4 or 5 payouts, that's amazing. The payouts you get, it's built your confidence and you start risking, right? This is a major psychology issue with every trader. Once you take the 2-3 payouts, you think, yeah, I can now risk more because I already have taken the fee I have paid for this Profirm account already. All right, you have taken the payout, like whatever, the $100, $200, $500. So you were already paid like a, within $100 for the 10K, and you already got the $500 payouts. Okay, so you made what, 5x better and more, whatever you have paid for. So it also fuck your psychology, man. So yeah, it happens to all the traders. But for the impulse entries, you do it when in the New York, you can do it in the New York session, but not in the London session and the normal sessions. It's risky. Impulse entries plays out, but it's risky for prop firms. But you can do it once you have growth like 5 to 10% of your real account. Then you can risk it on the impulse entries. Otherwise, don't risk it all if you don't have any experience yet. We are waiting at this point for 30-minute candle, 30-minute candle to close, and we got like 5 minutes, 6 minutes left for current 30-minute candle to close. And then yeah, man, that's range is gone. I mean, this is where I was looking to enter 40 pips, 40, 50 pips. Understood. Okay, thank you so much, brother. It's all my pleasure, brother. It's all my pleasure. This is why we are here, to help each other, right? And grow together. We have 4 minutes, 5 minutes left for 30-minute candle to close. And GJ is, it was, it looks very good for the buys. It looks very good for the buys. But I don't trade the GJs. GBP, JPY. It was an amazing pair back then before the COVID. It was the best pair for trading. With volume, you could, anticipate the price and easily can get the 20-25 pips. That was crazy at that point. But how the gold is moving right now, this thing will look like baby in front of you if you are a gold trader. Yes sir, yes sir. On DXY, the dollar index is moving bearish. The dollar index is also bearish. Like, see how it came down all the way to 98. There's a high probability for the current daily candle also to break its own low and continue pushing down and fill this wick. On weekly, it looks like the same. It looks like the weekly is making its wick up and preparing for grabbing the liquidity to continue pushing down and fill this wick, and then still continue pushing down till here. Could happen. And gold could push up. Looks insane, but this week we got NFP this week. Let me put it here. Make the text bigger, change the color. And the move already happened. What we should do? What we should do right at this point? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what will you do at this situation? If the price is continued pushing up and you're waiting for the next candle to continue for as a confirmation to confirm that support is being created. I think the candle is overextended. Exactly. The candle is overextended, right? The candle is already moved up. The move already happened. But let's calculate let's see the pips we got right here. But we will see one thing, what we can do. Now, this 30-minute candle is closed, right? It has made a support already. Okay. Okay. We have already created support right at this point. Now I want for this current 30-minute candle, okay, the current 30-minute candle, I want it to wick down, okay, the wick down and a little bit, so we can have a room for stop loss, right? We don't want to put our stop losses right here. It's gonna be 100 pip stop loss. This is gonna be not making any sense. But if you want to trade one-to-one risk to reward ratio, then we're gonna wait for the current 30-minute candle to wick down a little bit, okay, make its wick down and then continue pushing up and break its own high. Okay, to break its own high, this is going to be our trade. This is where our trade is going to be, as it's making right now wick down, and as it breaks its own high, we're gonna take a trade. We're gonna take a buy and put our stop losses below the current 30-minute candle's low, right, which is 20-30 pips right here. So as it breaks its own high, our trade is going to be active and our take profit is going to be 80 pips. For 80 pips, we're going to be looking for the take profit this time, but let it make its wick down first. We're not going to trade instantly. Oh, that's crazy. That's not looks good. That doesn't looks good. I mean, look at the candle, man. It already retraced it like the 70-80% of this candle, the previous 30-minute candle. It's eating the volume. It's eating the volume. So no, we're not gonna trade on this. See, Asad, you asked me before the impulse entries, right? I explained it to you on 15-minute time frame that we could have an impulse entry as this 15-minute candle closed up above these rejection areas, and the next it started breaking the high, so we could have an impulse entry thinking that the volume is going to be there because it's pre-London, right? And the second thing is, we got 30-minute active and it's moving like crazy, and we can take a buy, and ignoring these rejection, it can continue pushing up. So impulse entries are riskier when you have not grown your account enough to risk it on. I mean, it's huge risk. All right. All right. Then we're gonna wait for shorts below this area, not before that. I'm not gonna sell in this range. This is not even a range. So if it's gonna be a short, then I'm willing to sell below the 45.09. So this is where I want the candle to close below this. Then I can go for the sells. Otherwise, I'm not gonna shorting anything. But for the buys now, it's crazy. We are making a wick again. The rejection that we see on 15-minute as well now. Now I want candles to close above this level, right on this, above this rejection level, so we can have a trade for here, right at this point. And this range is almost 100 pip. This is still a huge range. So we switch on the 30-minute, and these levels are invalid now. Now this is a range that we are looking for, for the breakouts. Either we break below this, potential sells below 45.09, and potential buys above 45.21. Yes sir. Now we got the clear picture, right? Now we got a clear picture, even though on the 15-minute, now this range is invalid. I mean, no trade zone. It became a no trade zone. Change the color. Potential sells should be what? All right. Chaudhry Suleiman. Hi. Hello, brother. How are you? How are you, Chaudhry Saab? कैसे हो तुसी? See, the 15-minute is rejecting all the way up, man. This is crazy. Well, let me tell you one thing. When a rejection is happening, now for 5 minutes we got on 15-minute candle to close. Now, if the current 15-minute closes above, right? If the current 15-minute closes above this area, so it's going to be a very high potential probability for price to continue pushing up. On the next candle, if that wick down and start breaking the high of the previous candles, and it's going to be a very high probability for price to continue pushing up, and we can take a buy, right? So with that being said, we have to just wait on next 5 minutes. If it closes above the 15-minute candle, closes above, it's a very good sign for us to buy, right? It's going to be a very good sign for us to buy. It is gonna be a very good sign for us to buy. But for the shorts, we're gonna be waiting. Assalamu alaikum, bye. Wa alaikum assalam, brother. Mr. AMGX, how are you? Hope are you doing good, man? Just waiting at this point, doing nothing. Waiting for the current 15-minute candle, to break above the level of 45.21, so we can potentially buy either for potential breakouts of the 45.09. So it's going to be a very good sign for the shorts. Other than that, there's nothing. I mean, we are currently in the no trade zone, and if you trade here in the current zone, you will get it stuck, of course. Just waiting at this point, doing nothing. And we have 2 minutes left for current 15-minute candle to close. Let's take a look on the 30-minute as well, and it doesn't look good to me as well. No, it doesn't look good to me. So it's gonna be a no trade day or what? I mean, it's just a Monday. It's just a Monday. We got 17 minutes left still for the current 30-minute candle to close. If it closes above the level that we have drawn, then still there is possibility for price to continue pushing up. Trading is all about the patience. it's still rejecting. I mean, look at the 30-minute time frame. It's still rejecting from down. So we'll see. We'll see. We're not gonna force anything. We just wait and follow our strategy, follow our rules only. This is the stream all about, man. When you come here, you always follow your rules. You always follow your the trading discipline, and this is the only way you can get rich. This is the only way you can get something from the trading. But if you start violating your rules, if you start violating your psychology, it's still, it's going to be violating your results in trading. Even though you lose, every single day you should come with an idea of the percentage you want to risk in the market. In your mind, you gotta be prepared for anything. You gotta be prepared for the losses, every consequences in the market. But still, you should know that how much you want to risk for your capital. All right, how can you bear up to? And this is a very important point. Right now we're just waiting, man. There's nothing. We have 14 minutes left. I mean, the 15-minute candle have just been closed, and with the huge rejection, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Can we take an impulse entry? I mean, if the current 15-minute candle, wick down and start breaking high of the previous candle, can we take an impulse entry? Yeah, we have then 90 pips and 40 pips of stop loss, 40-50 pips. We'll see how that reacts. We'll see how this thing reacts, man. If we get any impulse entry or not, we will wait for it. No need to hurry. No need to hurry up. We're gonna be waiting for it. Let's see. I mean, it's gonna be a very good trade if we, you see, the price is still bullish. First of all, on the name of the 30-minute, if we see, we cannot. The price is unable to break this level at this point, and on 30-minute we have huge rejection from the downside. Okay, if we can continue pushing up, and we have the very good range above the 45.21. उर्दू नहीं आती? हाँ जी, उर्दू आती है मुझे. I can speak Urdu. Abdullah. see, we are now breaking. If damn, we are in long, man. Let me put it right here. And one lot size buy. Yes, sir. We got 1-to-1 risk to reward. We are in this trade. Okay. We were late. I mean, entry is late. I don't know, man. We missed it. The price moved so fast. The price moved so fast that we missed it. I mean, it should have been like a trade from at this point. I mean, from this point. But we missed like entry for 20 pips. That was crazy. We are aiming for 90 right here. All right. And our stop loss is gonna be below the current 15-minute candle. Okay, now let it be. Let it be. The entry was so late that price moved already. That was crazy. That was a volume, that was an impulse entry. Okay, now this is an impulse entry. So we'll see. "10 minutes for 4 hour to close." Yes, sir. This is why it's rejecting. If it closes like let's take a look on the 4 hour. If it closes like a bullish, then it's a very high chances for, you know, where are you seeing the 4 minutes candle close, man? I mean, it's it doesn't show here. 3 hours. There's still time, I mean. We'll see on the 15-minute. Okay, my trade is active. The trade, the volume was so crazy that it moved. I couldn't like enter so fast. My entry got delayed for 20 pips. But this is okay, I can risk $600, $700, not a problem. We already made a profits from last week. So let's see. It's risky. It's risky because it's an impulse entry. So it's an impulse entry, first of all. No, the 10 minutes for, the 10 minutes left for 15-minute candle to close, man. The 30-minute candle to close. But that was an impulse entry based on the 15-minute time frame that, it was trying to close above, but it couldn't. It closed below this level, right? And what happened is we waited for the next candle to continue pushing up and break the high of the previous 15-minute candle to continue pushing up then with the impulse entry, with volume. So this is all about. Now see the risk management part, the important part about the risk management. If the current 15-minute candle closes below the level it is right now, right? Now if current 15-minute candle closes below this level, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna close half of our position, right? Then we're gonna be closing half of our position. We're gonna be closing half of our position if the current 15-minute and 30-minute closes below the level. So we'll see. Let's see. While there's a very high potential, I mean, damn, stop loss got trailed automatically. sorry, take profit. So yeah, right here, it's good. This is 1-to-1 risk to reward at this point. Yes sir, this is 1-to-1 risk to reward at this point. 70 pip stop loss. It's a huge stop loss, but we missed the trade. You know, it happened so fast that we couldn't catch that. We missed with 20 pips, right? We missed with 20 pips impulse entry. Yeah, other than that, our stop loss would be like 40 pips. That was I'm planning for. I mean, I always plan for 40 pips maximum stop loss or 50 pip. That's it. But due to the late entry, our stop loss became 70 pips. Now it is 1-to-1 risk to reward with my trade, and the risk management is going to be, because I don't want to risk a lot. So for example, if current 15-minute candle and 30-minute candle closes below this level, 45.21, if they closes below this level, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close half of the position and manage my risk, right? Then I will close half of my position and I will manage my risk. If it continues up, then let it be. I mean, it will continue pushing up. But other than that, if it closes below this level, we have just 3 minutes left, 4 minutes left, and we'll see. We'll see. All right. So guys, we have 3 minutes left for current 30-minute candle to close and 15-minute candle to close. If it closes below the level, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna manage our entry. Okay, we're gonna be managing our entry, and we're gonna be closing half of our position. Okay, and managing the risk. We'll manage the risk, right? This is how you manage your risk. This is how you can manage your risk. Although we are down 20 pips, 28 pips, right? Just right here. If this current 30-minute candle like closes below, sorry, the 15-minute candle closes below this rejection area, then there's gonna be a problem then. There is gonna be a problem then. Then we should close and manage our risk. Let's see, we have 2 minutes left for current 15-minute candle to close and 1 hour. 1 hour to close. 1 hour looks very good to me. I mean, it looks very good to me for buys. 1 hour looks very good to me for buys. Actually, you know, see, look, we have a support created on 1 hour. You know, the price was trying to break below this level and closed below this level. That was 45.15, right? But then again, the next 1 hour candle started pushing up and created support. You know, in next 2 minutes it will create a support then, and if it creates support, then there's going to be high possibility for next candle to continue pushing up. Yes, but the problem is creating that we are rejecting this level now. This is the only problem. We have 1 minute left now, in this 1 minute, if this current 15-minute candle close is bearish, then I'm gonna take out the, you know, let's say 0.80% of my position out. Yeah, I'm out. I am out before even hitting the stop loss. Yes, sir. We hit it our stop loss and it closed below this level at this point. So, oh, this trade got invalid. This trade got invalid. Right? This trade got invalid. And we took loss of how much? Let me take a look. We are still $1,200 in profit, but we took the loss of the $673, which is 60 pips, I think. Yeah, 67 pips. Before we were planning to lose. Let me make it the history today. Yeah, before we were planning to lose what? $700, okay, and we lost $100 less than that. Still you can manage the risk, man. It's a very good, that's a risk management is key. You know, you have to keep your profits. See, in total profits, still I'm up to $1,200, I think. Yeah, $1,200 I'm up yet. So with that being said, you need to manage your risk all the time. And let me put it here, the text minus 67 pips, yeah, on this trade, minus 67 pips, we took the loss. No problem at all. Now it closed below this level. What we're gonna do is, see the bearish, the bears are again coming into the power, into the volume, right? Now you can just wait for the breakout. Okay, no impulse entries at this point, because it's Monday and it's risky to take an impulse entry. Right now you have seen it, so you know we're gonna wait for the breakouts only, for the confirmations. If a confirmation happens, like, you know, we close below this level or close above this level, then only we're gonna trade. Otherwise we're not gonna trade, because, and if we trade, because already we have lost like 67 pips, and this time we're gonna be risking less than that. You know, I was risking like the 2% of my account, right? The 2% of my account, which is $600, and right now I will risk less than 1% or 1% on a trade to make like 2% back, right? So it's better to see. All right, people. I mean, there's gonna be a huge wait for today, because see the NFP is coming, right? Whenever the NFP on a week, there's always gonna be, you know, the less volume. There's always gonna be the consolidations, and already there are a lot of things are going on between the USA and Iran during the ceasefire. and ceasefire is being extended, right? The extendment of the ceasefires can also have a very good impact on the markets. So on this week we gotta be very careful. There's gonna be no impulse entries this week. Okay, we got the lesson. There's gonna be no impulse entry this week because there's uncertainty into the volatility, right? The volume is uncertain at this point because you see the price might be ranging for the little long until the NFP comes, like this Friday, or we'll do a brief analysis about the fundamentals and post it up in my Telegram channel, and you guys can see it clearly, right? So there's a very important thing that you join my Telegram channel as well for the the informations we post, and you don't miss it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head off now. So this analysis should be valid when you break below this or break above this. You can take the trade on this, but you should wait for the breakouts. Once the breakout is happened, then only you can go for a trade. Other than that, you just wait. No need to do anything, right? So I'm gonna take a leave, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. All right, in the pre-London, and we'll trade together and we'll understand the markets. All right, and have a good day ahead. This is just a Monday. Don't risk a lot. Have a good one, man. Take care. Bye bye.